Was that cool? Totally busted Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. Yup, they were. If the evidence is to be believed, and I believe it, I believe Rudy Giuliani, I believe the New York Post, and I believe that Joe Biden is a career corrupt politician, and he had a big assist from his son, Hunter. Now, the media, they're telling you all kinds of things. Oh, no. This is Russian disinformation. This is hacking. This is somebody put it on the cloud and took it on. Nope. This is pretty cut and dry. It really is. And Donald Trump, being Donald Trump, he called it for what it is, criminal activity.
The campaign strategy seems to be to call Biden a criminal. Why is that?
He is a criminal. He's a criminal. He got caught. Read his laptop, and you know who's a criminal? You're a criminal for not reporting it. You are a criminal for not reporting it. Let me tell you something. Joe Biden is a criminal, and he's been a criminal for a long time, and you're a criminal in the media for not reporting it. Good luck, everybody. Have a good time.
I'm going to get to his frustration with the media, well-founded frustration with the media in a moment. But first, Joe Biden was asked, only for the second time now, about all this stuff. Look at how he reacted.
You want to know one chocolate, but I wanted to get what we call black and white. You're going to move it. And one more question. The FBI is...
You hear that? Not only did Joe laugh, but other reporters laughed. Oh, this is just Rudy Giuliani, Russian disinformation. This is all nonsense. No, it's not. Now, I can go on and on. I suggest going to the NewYorkPost.com. They could use your support because they're being censored by Twitter right now. And it lays it all out. This computer repairman in a small shop in Wilmington. You know, the elites say, oh, nothing like this could happen. How is an ordinary computer repairman going to be following current events and know who to call and that kind of thing? He did. We're kind of a hyper-informed electorate these days. One day in April of 2019, Hunter Biden visited this store. He had 3 computers that were water damaged, one beyond repair. The others the guy could work on. He did. Hunter Biden, after bringing in another hard drive, never came back, never paid his bill. The computer owner, store owner, tried to get Hunter to come in, never did. Hunter signed that document for the contract order. After 3 months or so, it legally became the property of the computer store owner. So he waited, and he watched the news like the rest of us. When he heard about the impeachment stuff and Burisma, and he knew he had Hunter Biden's hard drive here, he took a shot. He put Burisma in the word search. Bingo. All kinds of things came up. He thought it was relevant. He called the FBI. The FBI came and visited him. They took the computer, never really called him back either. He was out on his own. Didn't get satisfaction. I mean, they just took it. He had another copy. So impeachment heats up. Giuliani is saying Joe Biden's corrupt. Burisma said, well, Giuliani seems like he's interested. Maybe I should call him. Does another Google search. Finds Rudy Giuliani's attorney. All right. Now, what's new here, though? All right. We already knew that Hunter had that shady job at Burisma, didn't we? Yeah, he was being overpaid. But really, what's new here? What's new here is Joe's involvement, and that Joe was doing things for Burisma at the request of Hunter. It's all in the text messages, and also messages relating to how much Joe would be paid in some of these various schemes. It's really wild. It's really straightforward. And apparently, Joe and his brothers and son have been doing this for a long time. Now, you'd think that this would create a media stampede, right? That everybody would want answers from Joe Biden. You saw they're not applying much pressure on him. In fact, they are apologizing and explaining all of this away. So there's a columnist down in Washington, and he talked to a source who said, I tried to talk Hunter Biden out of that job because I thought he'd be exploited. And the columnist wrote a piece very sympathetic to Hunter, where, yeah, Hunter, poor guy, was exploited, but it really wasn't his fault. Let's put the key paragraph, if you will, from that story by David Ignatius. Let's take that full, if you don't mind. Let's see. It reads like this. Hunter Biden responded poignantly to his friend about his need for income. The consultant recalls, My mom and dad don't have money. Bo will run for office. I have to make money for the family. I have to make money for the family. You see that? You see what's going on there? He doesn't say for my family. He says for the family. His father, his uncles. Hunter Biden, poor guy, drug addict, running around the world setting up these shady deals for the family. Rudy Giuliani was right the other day. He called it a crime family. He likened it to those mobsters he used to lock up.
You don't come to Las Vegas and talk to a man like Mo Green like that!
Fredo, you're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again. Ever.
Isn't that interesting? The family, the family. It's a thing. All right, the media are helping Joe Biden a lot. Why are they doing that? Well, we know the first and most obvious reason. They lean to the left. They've always been biased against Republicans. They seem to really hate this president because, well, he's not afraid to call them out, right? We've seen that. We've all seen that. He's not a politician. He doesn't play by their rules. And they hate that about him. But there's something else that never gets discussed. Remember Hillary Clinton, 2016, ran a disastrous campaign. So here's a book, a memoir about that campaign by a New York Times reporter, Amy Chozick. They feel so much guilt over how they handled Hillary Clinton and Hillary Clinton's emails. Remember they emerged, they were leaked late in the campaign, WikiLeaks, I think, and New York Times published them. And to this day, they feel so guilty. They think that they threw this election to Donald Trump. They didn't. There are a lot of reasons why she lost, of course. But I want to read you a little portion from this book. This is Amy Chozick writing. Nothing hurt worse than my own colleagues calling me a de facto instrument of Russian intelligence. The worst part was they were right. The Times columnist David Leonhardt put it best when he wrote, "The overhyped coverage of the hacked emails was the media's worst mistake in 2016, one sure to be repeated if not properly understood." All right? So they are atoning for this mistake. They think if they look at these Hunter Biden messages, they'll be doing the same thing they did to Hillary in 2016. And they don't want to do that. For them, it doesn't matter if they're real or not. And they're giving themselves cover by just calling this Russian disinformation, which, by the way, we heard from the National Intelligence Director today. He said unequivocally, no, this is not that. This is the real thing. And there's something else that's really bothersome about all this. Twitter has essentially shut down the New York Post. The New York Post cannot tweet. In fact, they haven't tweeted in how many days now? Since October 14th. 1.8 million Twitter followers, and the New York Post can't communicate to them on Twitter. That's really weird. And what's even weirder, there isn't widespread outrage about this. It's just kind of accepted. I'm a little bit curious, quite frankly, about the Murdochs. These are brilliant people, very, very powerful, of course. Been around a long time. They've got contacts everywhere. I've met both of these gentlemen more than a dozen years ago on two different occasions. I worked over there, had a great experience, happy for the paychecks, but I'm really confused why they're not applying pressure right now on people in Silicon Valley. I've heard that Rupert Murdoch believes that Biden will win, but maybe he wants Biden to win. Could that be where we are? You know, ultimately, I don't think it matters. I mean, Twitter is just one way to get information, but it's not the only way. And I do think the word is getting out about this story. And the Democrats, well, there's more to a campaign than burying a story you don't like. There's traditional campaigning, and Joe Biden is making a lot of the same mistakes that Hillary made in 2016. One of them, Hillary, well, actually two of them. She didn't like campaigning that much, but she really loves celebrities. Here she is with Beyonce and Jay-Z, two people she probably has absolutely nothing in common with, but they're partying and dancing and hugging and all that stuff. This is pretty late in the campaign as well. So I saw something interesting this weekend. Joe Biden and Jill Biden had a special Zoom call with Jennifer Lopez and her, I think they're married now, Alex Rodriguez, the former Yankee. And a lot of weird stuff happened. Number one, again, talk about people who don't have anything in common. There was no juice, no electricity between all these people, four of them. You know what I mean? It's just kind of awkward, the whole thing. But there was a lot of nonsense. And J-Lo, I like her music. Oh, I actually met her once. But she said something off the wall, stupid and offensive to, I think, every American.
I hate thinking about my kids walking around in a world where, you know, it's okay to be racist or prejudiced because our administration says it's okay.
Our administration says it's okay to be racist and prejudiced. This is the kind of thing that they have convinced themselves of. So anyway, they have a kind of a weird talk back and forth. And then Jill Biden, Dr. Jill Biden, who seems to think that she's about to become the Queen of England or something like this, said this.
Last couple of months, I've been having charlas with so many Latina women, and I tell them, I said, you know, if I have the honor of being the next First Lady, Latina women will have a seat at the table.
Isn't that good of her? Look at how generous she is and totally out of touch, right? I mean, I am very confident that Donald Trump's going to win, but they're going to have big problems with her if she gets into the White House. Meanwhile, you know, I tweeted this last week, and I think there's something there. I heard it years ago, but you can't beat somebody with nobody. And Joe Biden, even though he has a long resume, just seems to be kind of a shell of a man. He's hiding. We're not going to see him until Thursday night, the debate night. He's literally hiding. He doesn't want any more of those questions, even though the media is protecting him. They're not denying this story, which is also really strange. But do you think a guy like that can stop this kind of force? Take a look at this video. This isn't of a campaign rally or anything like that. This is just people who turned out to watch Donald Trump's caravan go by in California. Look at that. This is arguably the bluest state out there. And look at that support. And later, all these people lined up to see Donald Trump. And he's out there right now. I think he had 2, maybe 3 rallies today. This is intense. You got to work for it. I think the American people know that Donald Trump is working hard. They don't want to give it to a guy that doesn't work hard. And Joe Biden, Democrat, Republican, whoever you are, you can't deny that he's not working hard. This is a country still that values hard work.